First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
There's still no sign of a missing Virginia Beach sailor. Police, friends, and family continued that search today.
43-year-old Sean Hatfield was last seen smoking outside his Lansdowne Meadows home Sunday night. 10 on your side, Surrey Crow has the latest now from the search area. Surrey?
Police and volunteer search teams were out here all day long, combing through acres of wooded areas looking for Sean Hatfield. His bank accounts remain untouched. His belongings left at home. Now friends and family are left with a heartbreaking mystery. A band of brothers gathered today near Lansdowne Meadows to help a sister in need.
Friends of Nikki Hatfield, friends that are willing to come out and donate their time to search the surrounding areas and woods near her house in efforts to try to find her husband, any whereabouts, any information.
Firefighters volunteering their time to look for Nikki Hatfield's husband, Sean, missing since New Year's night. As police investigators look for a man they consider a missing person, her fellow Portsmouth firefighter family gathered to lend support to a heartbroken wife.
I had a great Christmas. My family was here, you know, I mean, it was just...
Do you think he's alive?
I don't know. I mean, it's, like I said, it's been too long with nothing.
Nikki says her husband has struggled with depression and gambling, especially since learning he would be laid off from his Navy job next year. But Sean's mom, Ann Gravy, showed us pictures of a happy guy.
This is Sean and his brother.
Nikki says Sean, who had the flu on Sunday, won't touch medicine when he's sick. But while he left everything, including his car, phone, and wallet behind, she did say a .22 caliber gun is missing. Now, all anyone wants are answers.
It's not normal.
Now, Virginia Beach police say it's not a crime to disappear. They continue to investigate the case as a simple missing persons case. Live in Virginia Beach, Surrey Crow, 10 on your side.
Police say there is no money missing from the couple's joint account and no signs of foul play.
Police in Newport News are looking for a killer, and they don't have much to go on. When police got to 32nd and Salter Streets, 30-year-old Bobby Jackson was already dead. Someone shot him several times. So if you have any information that could help detectives find a suspect, call the crime line.
The Old Dominion University Police Department hired a new chief of police. ODU says Rhonda L. Harris starts February 13th. She has 25 years of experience and is currently chief of police at Rutgers University in New Jersey. She will replace Chief Rudolph Burwell, who retired in June.
Defense cuts are costing local sailors their jobs. The Enlistment Retention Board, it's commonly known as the ERB, decides who will stay and who will go. Well, 10 on your side's Ann McNamara spoke to sailors who came out on the losing end of this deal. Ann?
Tom, they thought they were in it for the long run, but now many Navy men and women have lost their jobs with little explanation. The ERB has had to make some tough decisions, there's no doubt about that, but tonight, one sailor told me point blank he feels betrayed, but he's not without hope.
When I first joined, I was 18, just graduated high school.
Rashawn Ketter followed in his father's footsteps and joined the Navy. 12 years and 6 deployments into his career, he got the news.
If I was going to get put out over something 10 years ago, then I should have got put out back then for what I did. But don't wait till 10, 11 years later and you got to meet some quota. And then I'm getting the boot.
Ketter says the Enlistment Retention Board terminated him for a reckless driving offense from 2001. His recent evaluations and performance were all satisfactory.
I've been through a lot in the Navy and sacrificing. I wasn't there for my mother when she passed. I wasn't there for my daughter when she was born. It's crazy.
After taxes, Ketter made $60,000 a year. He was 8 years away from retirement.
Yeah, I am scared because I got family, and my family, it's like I'm the backbone.
He must find a job to support his fiancée, his daughters, his parents, and his new house.
From day one, from when they told me, I had my resume done, and I've been submitting my resume everywhere, and I've been getting a few calls, had a few interviews. But as far as actually getting the bottom line saying that we're going to hire you, when can you start? Nobody.
Rather than start from scratch, Ketter's advertising the skills he already has in security management and classified materials. And he's being vocal about it because he knows more cuts are coming.
A closed mouth won't get fed. So if you don't speak on something that you think that could be changed, then you would never know if something could have been done about it.
Later in our newscast, we'll talk to someone else who's doing something about it, a female sailor who's been in for 12 years and now lost her job. She's not only helping herself, though, she's making sure her fellow shipmates land civilian jobs. Her story coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. For now, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.
And then there are those who are not giving up the fight. Navy families have started a petition against the cuts on the White House website. It must reach 25,000 signatures by January 17th for a White House review. We have a link to that petition on WAVY.com.
Food left cooking on a stove sparked flames that quickly spread through a Norfolk apartment. You can see where the fire charred the bottom of that window in the top unit of the complex on Lesnar Avenue. The call went out to firefighters at about 3:40 this morning. Look at some of the scorched appliances pulled from the apartment. No one was hurt. The Red Cross is helping the fire victims.
Some Suffolk residents will lose their water overnight Tuesday. It's because the contractor with the Nansemond Parkway Road widening project will shut down water service at 10 p.m. Again, that's Tuesday, January 10th, and they'll turn it back on 5 a.m. Wednesday, January the 11th. Residents in the 5100 and 5400 blocks of Nansemond Parkway and the Dale Acres subdivision, including Dale Acres Road and Helen Streets, will likely be impacted by this.
It warmed up today even more. So, can we expect this beautiful weather tomorrow?
Why don't we ask meteorologist Mike Goldberg in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center? What do you think?
Well, Tom and Nicole, we're going to hang on to this for 24 more hours. We made it into the upper 60s today across the region, and tomorrow we'll be in the 60s again before a cool front comes in from the Ohio Valley. Check out the current numbers as of the top of the hour. 62 degrees in Norfolk. We're in the 60s all the way down into North Carolina. Look how far north the warm weather goes. Pittsburgh at 56 and even Chicago at 52, well above average for this time of the year. Skies are clear, but you see that little band of clouds across the Great Lakes? That's the cool front that will come into town tomorrow night and cool us off for the second half of the weekend. But enjoy your evening. It's going to be a winter. We cool down into the 40s under clear skies. My 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
And now we're going to go to Decision 2012. The Republican presidential candidates are on the trail in South Carolina and New Hampshire. The issue today, news that the jobless rate is the lowest in 3 years.
We wondered what would happen if we elected a president who had no experience. He failed to put Americans back to work.
Today's unemployment numbers are a pretty good indicator that we're a very, very long way from being a healthy economy.
I think there might just be some optimism that maybe Republicans are going to take the White House, and maybe that's spurring people to start taking some risks, and I'll take that as a reason.
The New Hampshire primary is Tuesday, and Ted on your side will break down those unemployment numbers at 5:30.
Recent problems within the Norfolk public school system have some parents demanding big changes when it comes to selecting school board members. Find out what they want to do to change that. New at 5:30.
And after a Richmond girl died from an allergic reaction to peanuts at school, Ted on your side wanted to know about the policies here in Hampton Roads. We'll tell you what we found out.
But first, we're on your side with a Facebook virus alert. We'll tell you how it's spreading to your friends.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Libas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
A couple of 10 on your side consumer alerts tonight. IKEA is recalling high chairs because the restraint buckles can open unexpectedly and a child can fall out. The anti-lock plastic high chairs are sold in red, blue, or white. IKEA says it received 3 reports of children hurt after falling from the high chair. If you have one of these, stop using it and contact IKEA for a free replacement seat restraint. You'll find more details on WAVY.com. Also on WAVY.com, a flashlight recall from Target to tell you about. When these flashlights are turned on, they can overheat, smoke, or melt. Target has received reports of 4 incidents involving the 6-piece LED flashlight sets, including 2 minor burns. Return them to the store for a refund.
Something else you're not going to like, especially if you're on Facebook. 45,000 accounts have been hacked, mostly in the UK and Europe. Here's how it works. Someone gets your Facebook username and password, then posts a bad link for your friends to click on. When they do, it's a worm. It infects their computers and compromises other accounts. Security experts say watch out if you use the same password for a lot of things online. Facebook says it is investigating and recommends you don't click on strange links and also report any suspicious activity. Your major in college could have a major impact on your wallet down the road. A recent study found graduates with degrees in fields like health and education had an easier time finding a job. Again, compare that to those with degrees in the arts or architecture, for example. There was also a strong demand for people who majored in engineering, math, computer science. Researchers say that you're more likely to land a job right out of college with a degree that puts you on a specific career path.
After weeks of holiday shopping, decorating, and celebrating, this is the time of year you may need a winter pick-me-up. We're on your side with some suggestions to beat the post-holiday blues. The American Psychological Association has these tips. Relax and recuperate, but don't become a complete couch potato. Exercise and energize yourself, or focus on activities you enjoy to fill the post-holiday gaps. Reflect on holiday memories, but don't dwell on things that were less than perfect, like a dinner that didn't turn out as planned. Really? And don't get bummed out by a New Year's resolution. Start slowly, and remember, real change takes time.
Most of all, Nicole, laugh. Right?
Laughter is wonderful.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
It's good exercise,
and breathe.
too.
Yes.
Well, how about this? A driver in Washington thought he found a way to use the HOV lane, but his passenger didn't count as a person, even though it wore a seatbelt. There's a hint.
Lord.
Hear how the driver got busted and how the officer responded to this bare bones operation.
Tell Me Your Side has followed the story of a Richmond child who died after an allergic reaction at school. We wanted to know what local schools do. Up next, information you need to know to protect your child.
And our temperatures are some 20 degrees above average for this time of the year. Southwesterly winds will continue to bring warm air into the region tomorrow, but then a change on the way. I'll have my forecast coming up. Weather-wise across the area, what a beautiful day we've had. Temperatures in the upper 60s with southwesterly breezes, and it's going to stay warm tomorrow. Super Doppler 10 showing a clear scan from Hampton Roads all the way down to North Carolina and up the coast on the eastern shore. Things looking very, very nice. So the warm weather is here to stay for the next 24 hours or so. Then a cold front will slide through the area by Sunday morning. That's going to turn our winds around to the north, and that means a lot cooler weather to finish out the weekend. And our next chances for rain will probably wait until early next week, although the frontal passage tomorrow night might bring a scattered shower or two, particularly down in North Carolina. We check out current temperatures, still very nice out there for the evening hours. 61 degrees at the beach, it's 59 in Newport News, 56 on the coast in Kill Devil Hills, 62 officially in Norfolk after a high of 69 degrees today. Again, over 20 degrees above where we should be for this time of the year. It is going to cool off pretty quickly tonight because of clear skies, and that southwest breeze will lighten up just a bit. We look to the northwest for our weather change, and that's a cool front that's out across the Great Lakes in the upper Midwest tonight. That band of clouds will sink south and eastward and be here tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. There won't be a lot of moisture to work with, so the rain chances will remain relatively low, but a scattered shower or two not out of the question as the front actually comes through the area. So we've got high pressure off the coast today, southwesterly breezes bringing that warm air into town, but the change comes over the weekend. The cool front will be approaching by later on tomorrow. We'll still be warm with temperatures in the upper 60s, or mid to upper 60s, I should say. Then the front slides south of us on Sunday. The wind comes out of the north, and it will be much cooler. Top temperatures likely to be in the lower 50s at best, and we may actually stay in the 40s come Monday with a little disturbance riding along that front that might bring a couple of showers to start off the new work week. Future track shows tonight, no rain, just clear skies. It will be comfortably cool for this time of the year. During the day tomorrow, a lot of sunshine here in the morning. Then during the afternoon, a few clouds streak in from the west ahead of that cool front. A couple of showers developing off to our west, and maybe a quick shower tomorrow evening. The front moves south of us on Sunday. Much cooler air, but notice some more moisture in North Carolina. Wouldn't rule out a couple of showers around here by the time we get to Monday. Overnight tonight, clear skies, upper 30s inland across northeast North Carolina, upper 40s along the coast in Nags Head. That's the overnight low temperature. Inland here across South Side, upper 30s right along the coast at the beach, about 42 degrees for the overnight low. Up the peninsula, upper 30s to right around 40 degrees with starlit skies. Beautiful night up on the northern neck. Overnight lows in the upper 30s. And out on the eastern shore, I expect an overnight temperature of about 40 degrees. Now, during your Saturday, we start with a lot of sunshine, some clouds in the afternoon. But notice how warm it will be again, up to around 65 degrees. The cooler weather moves in on Sunday with a mix of sun and clouds. A couple of showers Monday and another shot at some rain by Wednesday and Thursday. But notice, a lot of those temperatures are above average. That's the latest on our forecast.
All right. Well, the death of a Richmond area first grader has raised questions about how schools should handle severe allergies.
7-year-old Amaria Johnson came into contact with peanuts at school. Her mother says the school was aware of her allergies and how to treat a reaction. She's now waiting for an explanation. 10 on your side, Stephanie Harris called local schools to see how they handle severe allergies. Stephanie?
Nicole, Tom, we asked to go inside schools in several local school districts, but only one private school, St. Pius in Norfolk, let us come inside. One of their students is so allergic that, see this peanut right here? If I cut this one peanut into 16 pieces, just one of the teeny tiny little crumbs could kill her.
The recess lunch hour is most kids' favorite time of the school day, but for Riley Sadler, it is also the most dangerous.
I can get really itchy and I can get sick.
Or worse. That's why Riley carries a life-saving EpiPen everywhere she goes. Her school also keeps 2 in the cafeteria, the library, the gym, and each of her classes.
Because I don't know, I know what to do, but it's just that it's just really hard for me to do it in time.
Staff members learn from Riley's mom.
I have to be her #1 advocate.
Donna does that by making sure everyone is on the same page.
This is the guideline from FAN for schools, so it breaks down basically what the school nurse can do, what the school can do, what the classroom can do.
FAN is the Food Allergy and Anaphylaxis Network. Their binder includes sample letters and forms like this one Donna laminates and gives to the school. All schools must have a form signed by a doctor in order to give any student any medication.
This is what we use. It comes in and it's information from their doctors.
There are 13 students in the file, but allergies can develop at any time. That's why some experts say schools should stockpile EpiPens. A bill proposed last month would make that possible. But for now,
spur of the moment, I'm calling 911.
Yeah, there is no, say, umbrella that each student must, that these people fall under. Each student has to provide an individual plan and medication. That is the parent's responsibility, not the school's. But if your child has a severe life-threatening allergy, then you may, under federal law, be eligible to file what's called a 504 plan. Now, that can help determine things like where or even if certain foods are allowed in school and where and how staff will be trained. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.
And food allergies do seem to be on the rise. The Centers for Disease Control reports peanut allergies in children tripled between 1997 and 2008.
4 suspects made a run for it after a police chase crash. The collision, it was caught on tape. You're going to see the video.
Hundreds of people spoke out about Governor McDonald's proposed state budget. Hear how Virginia residents want the money spent at 5:30.
This looks like something you may have seen in some action flick, but it is reality-based. The dashboard camera comes from a bus in Oklahoma City. It shows police chasing burglary suspects when those suspects ran a red light. First, watch this now, they hit a pickup truck. There it is. And then 2 more cars trying to avoid that accident, crash. 4 suspects jumped out of the vehicle. 3 could not escape police. No one was seriously hurt. This is about 40 miles southwest of Minneapolis. Yes, a tractor trailer in the middle of a frozen creek. The driver says he lost control and he escaped, crawling across the ice. That gave him some minor scrapes.
Wow.
Lucky man.
Yeah. A Washington state man is accused of using a plastic skeleton as a passenger in order to cruise in the carpool lane. Look at this. His trick might have worked if he hadn't been driving 82 miles per hour. What's up, Scully? When the trooper approached the driver's car, he noticed this seat-belted plastic skeleton wearing a sweatshirt.
"Are you kidding me?" And I said, "Yes, officer." "No, officer, I'm not kidding you." He pretty much told me, "Well, congratulations. Now you're going to get your picture taken. It sounds like I'm going downtown to get my mug shot." He comes back with a camera and takes a picture of John Doe. And
Hey, you want to get on the news? That's how you do it. The driver got a $454 ticket for speeding, making unsafe lane changes, and the HOV violation. He says that skeleton is now in the closet.
Good line. Did he get the idea from planes, trains, and automobiles? Remember seeing that. People in Honolulu Harbor could not believe their eyes. It's quite a fishtail. We're going to show you the rare sights that surfaced and put on a show, too.
Air travel's about to get easier for active military members. Details at 5:30.
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay.
My check Tom, please.
Is Tom first?
Yes, Tom first.
Hey, Matt. Check, check, check.
Hey, good package.
Oh, thank you. Wish you would have filed on time, but hey, you know.
That was unclear.
My neighborhood. Six humpback whales put on quite a show in Honolulu Harbor. The mammals migrate from Alaska to Hawaii, can you blame them, between September and May, but they rarely get this close to the harbor.
They're so close to us, I could touch them, and I got blown mist on all morning by whales. On the tugs, we see them almost every day out in whale season, but I've never seen anything like that before, just so close, the bumps, the wiggle of the back fin, and it was unreal.
Maybe a little too close for me. The Coast Guard made sure that harbor traffic maintain a 100-yard security zone away from the whales, it required by the Endangered Species Act. After a 7-hour show in the harbor, the humpback whales said good night and went out to sea. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.